Namaste everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday part 2 of Anchor the Light meditation. And before we start, let's just ask for blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. You can pray to whoever you like. Personally, to my teacher, Master Twakok Sui, mahalo, jimelin, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so this morning we talked about stillness, and I would highly recommend, especially for the ones who are super high achievers, that your mind is, processing things 100 miles per hour, 20, 30 things at the same time. And go back to that video, study it, practice it. We really focus on the importance of stillness and the meditation. I think based on what the feedback I got was a lot of people went very deep. And usually what people say is, I haven't been able to meditate, but for whatever reason, you can make us meditate. Oh, I don't make it do anything. It's just we give you the steps and then drag you through the steps and you create your own result. Okay? Now, so tonight I was just reading and studying, and I thought I'd share this with you. I just read it. It's long. The title of this is just 2 words, and it's not like you, okay? Not that 2 words. Anyway, there was a monastery that was very strict, following a vow of silence. No one was allowed to speak at all. But there was an exception to the rule every 10 years. Every 10 years, the monks were permitted to speak just 2 words. Wow, could you imagine? Some of us would go absolutely crazy. Okay, every 10 years, the monks were permitted to speak just 2 words. And, after spending his first 10 years at the monastery, one monk went to the head monk, "It has been 10 years, said the head monk. What are the 2 words you would like to say or to speak?" The monk said, "Bed, hard." The head monk says, "I see." Then, 10 years later, the monk came back, in the monastery, right? Came back to the head monk, and the head monk says, "Okay, it's been 10 years. What were the 2 words you would like to say?" The monk goes, "Food stinks." The food stinks. Imagine, bed hard, food stinks. All right. The head monk says, "I see." Yet another 10 years passed, and the monk once again met with the head monk, who asked, "Okay, it's been 10 years. What are your 2 words now after these 10 years? Bear in mind, it's in 30 years. The monk said, "I quit." The head monk says, "Well, I can see why. All you ever do is complain." Now you go, okay, that's funny, but what's it got to do with me? All right, we have to kind of dissect this. Why is it that this person, think about it. We don't know if it's theoretical. It's a Zen story, okay? People could have made it up, but there's a deeper meaning to it. First of all, what is the purpose of practicing silence? There are monks or yogis that have not spoken in 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. Why is a person silent? Okay, let's bring it down to our everyday level. When 2 people don't like each other, but they have to see each other every day, what do? You don't talk to each other. Right? I've known, unfortunately, family members. Not my family members. Oh yeah, a couple. We have a big family. And I've known there's 2 people within the family that have not spoken in 5 years. I think it was father and daughter, or mother and daughter, whatever it was. I'm like, that's crazy. They're in the same household. So what is the difference between those people practicing silence and the monk that's practicing silence? Huge difference. It's what's inside. So these 2 people practice silence because they can't stand each other, and their negative thoughts and negative emotions, they're doing best to hold it in so they don't blurt it out to the other person, or they just plain don't like each other. Okay? Now, this other person, this monk, is practicing silence for many, many reasons. One, the very, very basic, is to be able to observe. Okay, if I don't say anything, what's going through my mind? How about my emotions? What does my body want? Silence gives the soul the ability to observe. Write it down. Silence allows the soul to observe. Because when your mouth is spitting out stuff, how many hours a day, for most of us, it's hard for the brain, or not really the brain, the soul to kind of step back and say, okay, what's actually going, because the mouth's like a motor, and you're barely catching up, right? Or you're doing so many things, so the soul does not get to observe. To be quiet, to be silent, gives the soul an opportunity to observe. Now, when you say observation, they're observing two things, external and internal. So the smart thing to do is to first observe internal before external. For example, it's something like this. Actually, they're related. One leads to the other. So you're in a certain situation and you observe that, yeah, I'm feeling the stress. Yeah, I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. Right? That's observing the inside. Then, as soon as you observe it, you go, wait, I do notice the anxiety is going up. Okay, let me look around. Is it something I just created out of nowhere? Is it because of what happened before? What is outside that's causing this anxiety to rise? You know, like CSI, crime scene investigation. So this stress energy, this anger, resentment, whatever it is that I'm feeling, I notice that I'm feeling it every time I'm in this situation. Who are the people involved? This person did something bad to me before. So I do notice, I observe that every time this person is in front of me, this is what happened. See, what you didn't notice is your mouth was silent, but you're observing. Make sense? So when that happens, you get to observe, oh, that's what's happening. So, And the longer that silence is, that silence also creates space. Another purpose for silence, for this monk, well, not that monk, that guy just, all he does is complain. The purpose of silence is to observe what's going on in the body, the emotions and thoughts. What are the emotions we create? What are the thoughts we create? How is the body reacting to certain situations in life, right? You're also observing, okay, every time this person says this, I notice these emotions come out of me. Every time this person says this, I think of this. Just observing, okay? Or other teachers call it being a witness. Then there's one more step. As you keep observing that way, you start noticing, okay, if this is what's happening, the appropriate response should be this. So silence gives you that ability to observe, assess, and make the necessary or the appropriate, create the appropriate thoughts, emotions, and actions. Okay? So one is what? Silence allows you to observe internally, externally. Then observe who's affecting you. Is it your body, your emotions, your thoughts? Is it outside? Then from there, silence also gives you the ability to observe and say, this is the right thing to do, this is not the right thing to do. Then let's take it one step further. The reason these monks become silent is to experience a higher frequency. And we covered that this morning. See, stillness cannot be achieved without first having calmness and silence. You understand what I'm talking about? Stillness cannot be achieved as long as everything's exploding around you. However, if you can somehow, even though in the midst of chaos, be able to retreat within, when I say within, not inside your body, to within as in go out of the external world into the internal world or the energy world, be able to observe your body, your emotions, and your thoughts, and know that these are not the real I, be able to retreat that way, almost everybody will start noticing in the process alone, there's already a calming sensation. And from there, it's like one feeds the other. As things become more calm, you get to observe better. As you observe, it calms you down. Make sense? So one feeds the other. Now, at some point, when you get to a certain level of calmness and silence, you get to stillness. Stillness is like no thoughts, no emotions. It's just like, I'm here. Like you're in the middle of outer space. Nothing around you, pitch black, nothing, but you're fully awake. You're fully aware. It's just that blank. Then at that point, you start experiencing stillness. Within that stillness, guess what happens? Most people, you don't know this. Stillness is not the objective. As my teacher, Grandmaster Choa, says, stillness is not your objective. It's not your final objective. Stillness is just a stepping stone to higher spiritual activity. Some of you go, what? Man, just to be calm and quiet, I already need a prize. I already need an award. And that's not good enough? Even still, it's not good enough? Well, it depends your standard, you know. If you're happy with that, hey, go for it, buddy. But if you've been here long enough with me, you know, we're doing this, we're trying to, keep going higher and higher in frequency. Stillness is the platform, the foundation where you want to start. I know you go, that's not real. You've been doing it. You've been meditating with us for last year and a half already. You've reached there many times. I just don't make a big deal out of it because I don't want you to get big-headed. Oh, yeah, I'm already a still person. And before you know it, that adds more crap into your system. But a lot of you have. So hear me out. So just to clarify, and then we'll go into the meditation, Master Choa said, stillness is not the objective. It's just a stepping stone to higher spiritual activity. You see, most of us think activity is like, I gotta do this, gotta do that. There is such a thing as activity without movement of the body. Do you realize that? There is activity beyond your thoughts, your emotions, and the movement of your body. Yep. Like what? Haven't you noticed when it's deep, deep stillness? The ones, I know some of you are more sensitive, more advanced, whatever. Okay? They're big range for you. That's why I have to throw things out there. And some of you belong to this category, that category, or you experienced it before. I don't know where you guys are at, but we'll just throw it out there. Some of you in deep, deep stillness, when you least expected it, you start feeling blissful. It's like, it's not just love, but love to the extent that even for a brief moment, it just kind of permeates your entire being. And smiling is just a small part of it. It does not really express what you're experiencing. That will never happen as long as there is no stillness. So that's the meaning, just one of the meaning of what? Higher spiritual activity. Here's another one. When you're experiencing deep, deep stillness, and suddenly part of you go, wow. It's just like you see the stars, the planets, the galaxies. You're not seeing it visually. It's just like it's more real than sight. You know, like right now, I see the camera, I see this, I see that, right? It's more real than that. You know why? Because, okay, I'm going to get into the geeky stuff again. Right now, when you pick up, like I pick up my mobile phone, okay, guess what's happening? I look at it, this is three-dimensional item, right? Oops, didn't mean to turn the light on. There is what? Height, width, length, 3-dimension. So when you look at it, you know, front, back, left, right, and so on and so on. I go, oh, that's nice. Yeah, you know, it's a texture, it's this color, whatever. Most of us, we live in a 3-dimensional world. Then we talked about it before. The 4th dimension usually is what they call time. Now, another interpretation of 4 dimensions is not as much time, but 3 dimensions. But that 3 dimensions is now seen beyond height, width, length. It's also, what's the word I'm looking for? It goes beyond where you're seeing it inside and outside at the same time. So the way my teacher explained it is like, if you have somebody in deep meditation, when they pick up something, well, not physically, but when they're observing something, it's just like their consciousness is permeating through that item. So that means you're seeing front, back, left, right, top, down, inside and out, all the particles of that mobile phone simultaneously. So it's a matter of, what do I want to put my attention on? Do I want to focus on the back of the phone, the front, the left, the right? Make sense? So when you experience that, then guess what? You just broke Einstein's theory. Anyway, so what happens in that level of consciousness? Those galaxies are supposed to be hundreds, if not thousands, of light years away, isn't it? In other words, it'll take that a light year. Most of you know this, but the ones who are new, a light year is basically the distance light will travel in 1 year. You're talking about something that travels what, 186,000 miles per second times a year. You do the math. It's a lot. And some of these stars, these galaxies are who knows how far. But somehow, when you're doing your meditation, you're at that level of stillness, it's just like these are right in front of you. Although your conscious mind says, oh, the star is here, the galaxy is here. It's almost like, okay, I know some of you can relate, some of you think I'm smoking something. I don't smoke anything, okay? It's almost like that galaxy is there, but I'm in it at the same time. Because at that point, your brain and nervous system goes beyond your everyday perception of life. Now, that will never happen as long as there's no silence. Without silence, there's no stillness. When there's no stillness, you kiss this goodbye. Once you get a glimpse of that, then you realize why these yogis write books about, yeah, I'm expanding to the edge of the universe. You go, man, this guy's really smoking stuff or taking stuff. No, what happens is when you get to that level of stillness, then you start to sense higher spiritual activity. Those higher frequencies permeate the entire universe. We covered that a little bit this morning. Some people call it, in a limited manner, the Higgs field. You heard of Higgs boson and so on and so on? So, according to science, in its, I'll just say, infant form at this point in time, I know it's massive, but to the yogi, it's infant. Okay, just relax. I know, don't get offended. You know what they say is the entire universe is basically permeated by fields, force fields. You go, well, I thought it's like atoms and what do you call this? Particles. You know, there's always the concern: is light a particle or is it a wave? And people say this, and then before you know it, Heisenberg start to notice, like, hey, wait, when something is observing it from a particle, it changed to a wave, or vice versa, if I remember correctly. So the easiest way to understand it is like this. Imagine the entire universe. It's like an ocean of fields, right? All of us are swimming in it. We're like the particles of those waves. But if you're not focusing or you're putting attention on something, we're just basically mindlessly floating in this ethereal universe. Just hear me out. Playing the drama that you play in your life. You're a father, you're a daughter, you're a mother, you're this. In other words, those are just undulations in this field. Now, the minute or the moment you experience what the Lord Buddha said, I am awake, you start to realize, oh, I'm in this ocean of energy. As soon as you do that, just imagine you have this wave. Suddenly that wave clumps up into almost like a particle. That means you're now aware, I'm part of this field. Every part of me is part of this ocean of energy and field, yet I'm conscious of it. It's like you popped out. I'm awake. And at that point, you get to realize the universal field. That's it. That is impossible without spiritual practice. It'll be who knows how long before science comes up to that. Just imagine science is still going through Higgs boson. It's going to this field, quantum mechanics. All that is amazing. I mean, you study it, just blows your mind. But once you understand what the yogis experience as being one with all, then you see that all this scientific knowledge is heading in that direction. So you don't have to wait a few more incarnations before the scientists come up with it. When you practice silence, calmness, silence, and stillness, there's your springboard to experience all of those. And just when you think, here's just to kind of give you a little bit of inspiration, just when you think, wow, I sense this energy everywhere, I am that energy, and you go, oh, it's so bright, or whatever. My teacher would always say, don't get big-headed. You're just seeing a glimpse. And I sit there going, it's a glimpse, man. For me, it's a big deal. I mean, I don't say that, but that's what goes through my mind. It's like, do you realize how hard it is for mind to be quiet, to experience that stillness? And like, that's already huge. He says, don't get big-headed. There are different levels of stillness. Oh, great. I thought still is still. If it's not moving, it's not moving. Well, think about it. This cup is not moving if I sit it down here. Right? Let's bring it down to the elementary level. That cup is not moving. Are you sure? But the insides, the particles, are moving. The waves going through it, or it's part of the wave of energy, fields flowing through the universe, is constantly moving. So when you say still, there are different levels of stillness. With different levels of stillness, you get access to different dimensions. That is that. Let's meditate. So, if I weirded you out or geek you out, oh well, sorry. But I assume, I hope I'm not wrong, that most of you, when somebody tells you, do this, do that, this, you want to know the reason why. Because that why is what will keep pushing you to go forward. And to go back, that monk that likes to complain, he almost wasted his 30 years. Remember? Bed hard. Food stinks. I quit. It's like, talk about wasting a life. You say, well, it's just a story. True. But do you realize that a lot of people do that these days? Think of your family members, your loved ones, and friends. How many of them actually experience some level of silence in their life? Silence enough to experience that stillness and really be able to reflect, oh, I'm on this earthly journey. My physical body, my emotional body, and mental body are just the tools I use to learn lessons in this earthly experience. Right? Think about it. So that monk in that story reflects, let's just say, the general public. And because they don't experience this stillness, well, forget it, that silence, they constantly need to be fed. Right? So that's why they come up with stuff on the internet, on TV. So they need to be fed with this conspiracy or this drama or this thing. They constantly need that. Otherwise, they can't stand it. Now what? I need to do something to have more activity. They don't realize that activity that's happening is actually pulling them away further and further and further to who they really are. That's it. Now, to put it all together, I'm not saying that you should isolate yourself and not know what's going on in the world, because it's a good idea to know that, oh, by the way, do this, don't do this, it's not safe or whatever, right? The good news is you can still be studying this, understanding what's going on, what's safe for your family, what's safe to do, what's to do with the market, with your money, all that. And in the midst of that noise, you can easily step back, do your meditation, be silent, be still, and experience the higher worlds. In fact, if you do that on a regular basis, that's when you get your inside tip from the inner worlds on how to run your life, how to help you with your business, your relationship, with your health. That's what you call intuition. Some people call it spiritual download. Who cares what people call it? It's basically information that comes down from the higher realms, which is not accessible as long as there's noise. That's it. Okay, shall we? Let's do meditation, twin hearts, and then let's see about cranking up the frequency. Let's see how far we can take you. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, thank you for your immense blessings. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tokok Sui Mahagu Jimelin, thank you for the blessings in full faith, and so it is. Right? Take your left hand, tap the center of your chest, take your right hand, tap your crown. Put your hand like this. Stop typing. You can't meditate and type at the same time. I know you multitask, but in this case, tell your body, behave. Put your hand like this. You cannot be going, I'm blessing the earth. Come on. All right, ready? Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. Inhale. Exhale. Actually, open your palms like this first. Inhale. Exhale. Repeat, I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. The body, the emotions, and thoughts are just my vehicles, my instruments, my tools. I'm the mover of the body. I'm the feeler of the feelings. I'm the thinker of the thoughts. I am the soul. I am the spiritual self. I am that. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Remember that universal field? That's oneness. We are one. We are one with the universal ocean of consciousness. Say it in your mind. We are one with the universal ocean of consciousness. We are one with the universal ocean of consciousness. Be still. Now visualize the earth in front of you. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your hands. Bless the earth with beautiful pink light. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow unconditional love. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace and with love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. On the human level, let's think of people we know who are going through challenging or difficult times. With their health, with the pandemic, either directly or indirectly. Their finances, their relationships, especially their mental health. Just visualize their lives turning around and getting better each day. And continue to flood them with beautiful pink light, blessing them with hope and with faith in a better tomorrow. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Just be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light, blessing every person, every being on earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. So be it. So be it. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Let that golden light flow down through your hands and fill the entire earth. And just say, our souls are one, our spirits are one. And so it is. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Project massive amounts of golden light from your crown, pouring out of your hands, and just fill your family with it. Fill every person in your family with beautiful golden light. Your friends, your relatives, your city, let that liquid golden light just flow and fill the entire earth. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. So be it. Be still. Now be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. Take a deep breath. Exhale and imagine even brighter light pouring out of our hands as one, filling the entire earth. Our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. And in this oneness, allow the golden light to flow through all of us and bless the entire earth. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. May every person, every being in every dimension, every direction, above and below, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Blessings be to all. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just let the blessings flow through us. We're just the pipelines. Let the energy flow through us to bless our families, our loved ones, whoever needs help, who needs healing. Fill them with this massive golden light, healing light. If you know countries that need help, a lot of you are asking for blessings. Let's aim this energy towards those countries. People who are sick in the hospitals, the healthcare providers. They work day and night, serving, putting their lives at risk to help others. Fill them with golden light. Empower them. May they be blessed with divine protection. So be it. May all be blessed. So it is. Now lower your hands, palms up, keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. On top of your head, just imagine a beautiful golden star, a golden sun just floating above your head, just super, super bright. Just be aware of your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the center of your head, to your crown, above your crown, and into that beautiful golden star. And stay there. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not the thoughts. You are the soul, a spiritual being of pure energy and light. That is your true nature. Remember who you are. Remember your true essence. Light. brilliant, brilliant light. Your consciousness is light, radiating in every direction. Be still. Be still. Allow your consciousness to be free. I am one with the universal ocean of consciousness. I am one with the universal ocean of consciousness. I am one with the universal ocean of consciousness. I am that. Let go. Now. Be still and let go. Higher. Higher in frequency. very slowly. Move your fingers, move your toes. Very gently and slowly. Come back to your physical body. Take your time. Come on, wiggle your fingers, come back. Some of you are still floating in the middle of nowhere. We need you back. Okay, raise your hands for me. All right, visualize the earth in front of you. Fill the earth with golden light. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Now just flood your family with golden light. Your relatives, friends, people you work with, just fill them with lots of golden light. You have so much of it. You're just releasing all this excess energy, but your body can't absorb it anyway. Might as well share it. Now be aware of your feet, the base of your spine. Project golden light down into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. May all be blessed. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokoksui, Mahagu Jimelin, we thank you for the blessings, the light, the love, the clarity, and the wisdom, and the stillness. In full faith, so be it. Right, you can open your eyes. So let me know how you all are. If you're back, I don't have to ask you. I know that a lot of you don't want to come back. And we just kind of gave you some extra energy, so you can go a little higher. And I cannot emphasize enough the importance of group meditation. Instead of one rocket booster, all of you are wearing it, so together is a compounding effect. That's why the meditation is more intense. That's it. Very simple. So we just add that extra fuel for you. Boom. I call it secret sauce. You know, you have a roll of Chinese restaurant. They're all, you go, how can they make money? Each one has their special sauce. So we give you that special sauce. You kind of just light it. Boom. All right. That's it. I hope you understood earlier what we talked about. Oneness, ocean of energy, and so on and so on. I know some of you go, what? You lost me there. I thought this is a spiritual thing. How come you talk about science? Come on, you guys. Haven't you watched the movie Thor? Thor was talking to Jane. He goes, hey, from where I come from, science and magic are the same thing. And of course, Arthur, what's his name? Arthur C. Clarke said, technology sufficiently advanced is indistinguishable to magic. So magic is basically something some people use if they don't understand the mechanism. Once they understand the mechanism behind it, it's called science. That's it. Namaste, everyone. You all take care, and thank you very much for joining us. And just go to magical.org. You know, some of you who are asking about it, the Prosperity Zen, I think it's closing out this weekend. And the Deep Emotional Healing, where a lot of you are asking for it, that's starting up. And I think this Saturday, we're having a live online Zoom call with the ones who signed up, so we can talk about it and also do, live healing. All right? And that's specialized on, I think it's Saturday. Anyway, look at the schedule. And of course, this Friday morning and Friday evening, it's a healing day, so we have emotional healing and also prosperity healing. That continues whether you sign up for those other full programs online, okay? We just part of our service, and we help ourselves, we help other people. So, namaste. Thank you very much for allowing me to serve you, and we'll see you Friday morning. Take good care. God bless.